I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about great things that are happening in our city, and today will be no different. You know, this time of year I get very excited, and it actually causes me to think about my childhood when we had spent a whole summer off doing fun things, going to summer camps and playing and having a great time. But good things must come to an end, and perhaps better things begin to happen because school then starts all over again. And as we anticipate the start of a new school year, it's always interesting to see the great initiatives that are taking place all over our community to make sure that our kids are prepared physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Today, talking with us about a great event that takes place every year. It's an annual event. It's the Back to School Parade that takes place on the north end of town. It is a wonderful event. I've had a chance to participate in the past. And today to talk about this is the director of the parade, or coordinator of the parade, Alice Sams. Good to see you this morning.
How are you, Kenneth? It's good to be here. We appreciate the invitation.
I'm doing fantastic. You're chairing the parade this year. I was actually searching for the right term there, but I'm glad to have you here to talk about this great event.
Thank you.
Trent Griffin is with us. He is the activities coordinator for this event, and we're glad to have you here today.
Glad to be here today, too, to discuss these activities and the things that will be going on with the parade.
Yeah, you know, every time somebody says parade, I really do get excited because I grew up in New York City watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade every year. I mean, not on TV, I was there. And so parades are kind of like in my DNA. And I've seen all kinds of parades over the year. I love going to them. They're always celebratory kinds of things. And I imagine that this parade represents that same kind of thing for you as it relates to the start of the new school year. So tell us a little bit about this back to school parade.
Well, we're all excited about it. It's a parade to honor the children in North Huntsville. It's sponsored by the Johnson High School PTSA. And as you said, it is an annual event, and we're just looking forward to all of the activities that Trent would tell you about.
Yeah.
You know, it starts at the General Dollar Market on Blue Spring Road, and the parade will proceed then to the campus of Johnson High School. And this is going to be the last parade for Johnson High School because of the closing of it at the end of the next school term. So we want to make this the biggest parade that we can. So the community is invited to come out and join us. We have a good lineup of participants in the parade. And then we'll also have a lot of activities back at the school grounds.
Yeah, so this is kind of significant and a little bittersweet because it is at the same time that you're celebrating the start of a new year, you're also recognizing that Johnson is going to close.
Yes.
And that whole legacy will be fixed as it has been, but it'll be something that in the future will no longer be the school that people talk about when they talk about the high school in the north end of town. And there are a lot of things happening around that. But I really want to ask you this question, Trent, because, again, I've participated in the parade with the 100 Black Men of America in the past, and we've had our mentees out there carrying a banner. I've had a chance to drive a car in the parade. And it's always a lot of fun because the parade route is just lined with people, and they're cheering people on, and they're acknowledging what's going on. What can people expect who come out to be a part of this experience?
People can expect, as usual, great bands. They can expect to see people in the community performing. They can expect to see friends, classmates. Like we said, we would like to see all of the Johnson alumni, people who have matriculated through the schools, there for the parade. So it'll be like a reunion and a parade. We want to see an outpouring of support from the community. We have a number of organizations that have signed up to be in the parade. We want this to be an opportunity for those organizations to showcase their support for the North Huntsville schools. And also, we want for this parade to benefit those North Huntsville schools, not just Jemison or Johnson or any of the schools that are going to be there, but all of them. All of the schools in North Huntsville should be represented there also.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point because this really is an inclusive process. You're not excluding anybody from the process. No. You're really inviting everybody to be a part of it, and this gives the whole community a chance to be a part of this also.
Right.
Now, the parade has a starting point at the Dollar General on, give us that location one more time.
The Dollar General Market on Blue Spring Road.
All right, and the cross section
And cross section.
Is Maston Lake.
Maston
would be
Lake.
Maston Lake,
Maston
okay,
Lake,
at that
yes.
corner. And that's the gathering point also, I imagine.
Yes.
All right, and so the parade will end on the Johnson campus,
On the Johnson campus.
and the real fun begins.
Oh, yes.
What happens then?
When we get to Johnson campus, we're going to have Tony Terrell of WHRP. We're going to have a live remote from Johnson. We're going to have the bands playing. We're going to have an area for the kids to be entertained. We've got bounce toys. We're going to have water toys. We're going to try to have some food vendors. We're going to try to have some vendors who have products that they would like to sell. Information vendors to help. Life South is signed up to be there.
The blood donations?
Huh?
Life South will be doing blood donations?
Yeah, they'll be doing blood donations.
Awesome.
Who else? Big Picture will be there. Operation Green Team from the city. So we have some support from the city that's going to be there. We also have DJ Chief of Chief Entertainment is going to provide a wonderful sound system. We have Unknown Lyric, which is a very nice band. They're just phenomenal.
All right, hang on one second.
Yes.
You said Unknown Lyric.
Unknown
now, I
Lyric.
got to sit up in my chair when I hear about those guys. Those cats are bad.
They're bad.
You got them for the back to school parade?
They're coming for the back to school parade. They performed at TEDx. They performed at Bridge Street. They've performed nationally.
Yeah.
And we got them for Johnson's last event in the back to school parade.
Wow, that is awesome. I tell you folks, if you have never heard, they've never heard Unknown Lyric.
A lot of people have not. They're amazing.
Those guys are something else. I mean, they put on a world-class, first-class show.
Yes.
And if it was only them that was going to be there, it'd be worth coming out. But there's going to be so much more.
So much more. We're going to have some local artists perform. Yeah. We're gonna have something for everyone.
Yeah. Now let's give them the magic word that I know you know. I just haven't told you what it is just yet. But the magic word is free.
Yes.
There's no cost to people for participating in the parade.
Right.
There's no cost to come out and be a part of the experience of getting all this great information, hearing Unknown Lyric, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And that really needs to be emphasized because you have a low cost investment that has a high potential for a big return at the start of this school year to position families and children and young people for great success. Would you agree with that?
Oh, exactly.
I would agree with that, but we also know that we have to have funds to sponsor events like this. So we're asking for donations from organizations who are willing to help us pull this off. It's a great event, and we will be asking for donations if you think it's worthy. But you don't have to donate to participate. You don't have to donate to come and enjoy the fun. But some organizations who are going to sponsor will be set up to pass out information, or the food vendors will be will pay just to make a little money.
Yeah.
That's normal business. So we have seen a lot of support already coming from the community, and we're asking everyone who has an interest in children and in the education of the children in this area to come out and support us and participate with us. And I talked with the 100 Black Men, so I'm thinking that you will participate again this year with the mentors.
Outstanding, yeah. They've been there time and time again.
Yes, they're gonna set up their usual display.
That's
and
terrific.
the displays, the vendors will be in the gym, so they won't be out in the heat, except the food vendors will be outside.
Okay, well that's terrific. And Alice, you make a couple of good points. First of all, the idea that this is really a community effort. This only works when the community comes together.
Yes.
People collaborate and they recognize the power of the investment. If they can just invest a small amount on this end, they can actually prevent bigger problems and bigger challenges and bigger costs on the other end.
Right.
And that small investment has the potential to reap such a great reward. And so it is important for people to come together in these kinds of arenas and really work together and be a part of it. But
That's right.
This piece I wanted to ask you. So someone like me, perhaps, who doesn't have kids, who's a big supporter of education, worked in the education system for 20 years. And I'm not a parent, but I'm a mentor. I'm not a parent, but I'm interested in the well-being of young people. People out in the community really need to see themselves as part of this initiative wherever they are, recognizing that everybody can make a contribution, and they shouldn't just say, I'm not going to be a part of it because I don't have this, I don't have a kid in the school system, or just kind of talk to those people out there that are maybe on the fence about either supporting or being a part of it, because you really need everybody's support to make this successful.
We need everybody. Oh, you can look at me and tell I don't have children in high school. I did have 2 kids that graduated from Johnson. Trent doesn't have any children, but he is a Johnson graduate.
Yeah,
Johnson graduate.
Yeah.
So we are donating back to the community through our service, and we would like for other people to be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, and Trent,
The opportunities are great, the opportunities are there, and we are excited, and we want you to join in the excitement with making this worthy for the children. All of the money that will be donated will be used to sponsor programs for the Johnson High School.
which is awesome and a great way to start the new school year.
We're not, you know, we're volunteering, so we won't benefit.
Well, of course.
Well, the rewards are great.
They really
for
are.
the whole community.
They really are. And that consistently, Trent, is what happens when people mentor others and they volunteer their time. I know you do a lot of that in this community. Yeah. You actually have a professional career.
Yes.
And work on a sustained basis as a
physicist for NASA.
And I love it when I wanted you to say that. I didn't want to say that because I love to hear you say it because I'm very proud of you as a young man out there doing his thing as a physicist because oftentimes people see people and kind of stereotype them and they say, oh, they must be doing this type of thing, or they limit them in their understanding of someone. I know that you're someone who consistently gives back to other people. You're constantly interested in the well-being of young people. And my question for you is, what drives you? What motivates you to do those kinds of things?
Well, somebody did it for me. Growing up, we had a lot of parents. You know, our community was our parents. So we had a lot of involvement, even at a young age, with people outside of our immediate family who were simply concerned about our well-being and the investment in our future. And what I'm doing is carrying that forward. Men like Harold Dickerson and Army Daniels, who were stalwarts in our community, got me interested in the science. And here I am, years later, a physicist for NASA. I go through community outreach from NASA. I go to schools all the time. I was at La Petite Academy just last Friday, trying to impact the youngest of minds to be interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. And I'm not alone. There are other people that do the same thing. There are people that support me, do community outreach in my neighborhood with the kids. And we just try to keep it going because we are one. If you really think about it, we are one community. Yeah. And we have to all pitch in and do our part to keep it going.
Well, I'm very excited about the Back to School Parade, and I know I'm going to be there. It's marked out on my calendar. I'm not just going to pop in, I'm going to be there. And I'm excited and looking forward to it. But we haven't done one very important thing in the last couple of minutes that we have. We got to tell people when it is, where it is, what time it is, and whatever else they need to know. If you got a website, phone number, let's give them that basic information.
Okay, well, it's there's a Facebook page for the Back to School Parade. It's going to be Saturday, August 8th. It's going to begin at 8 a.m. from Dollar General on to Johnson. About 9:30, we're going to crank up the activities at Johnson, and that's going to go on till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. There's no charge, like you said, to watch the parade or come to the activities. Bring a little money to support the vendors that are going to be there. And just come enjoy the fun. All right. Just come enjoy the fun.
Facebook page again, Back to School?
Back to School Parade,
okay.
2015.
All right. And people will be able to find all the information that they can there. We're excited about this event. Thank you for coming and sharing with us about the event.
Can I just say one thing? It's not too late for you to participate in the parade. If you're interested, the information is on the Facebook page, but we need to know so we can put you in the lineup.
Okay.
And we
And you're also not, it's also not too late to be a sponsor or a vendor
or a volunteer.
or volunteer.
We
Yeah,
need more volunteers.
Shout out to the volunteers, because you definitely can't get it done without them. Alice Sams.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank
for
you.
having us, and we're going to make it good.
Well, I'm looking.
With your help and the help of the community, we can't lose.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we're looking forward to it and glad that we can support you in this initiative, too. She's Alice Sams. She's parade chair. Thank you for being here. Trent Griffin, activities chair. Thank you for being here. And thank you for telling us all about this great initiative that really is a win-win for our community.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for being a part of our broadcast as well, and we hope that you'll join us for our next edition of Impact when we have an opportunity to tell you more about the great community that we live in. I'm Kenny Anderson. We'll see you the next time.